And to me, I really be dissing the whole city, but like with no backing and all that, like no background of why you saying this. All right, they had they little they shootouts and all that, but at the end of the day, you was a non-affiliate, and you could have kept that. Like, hey, yeah, shit happened, but you know what I mean? Like, it ain't fuck Inglewood. It's just, you know what I mean? That nigga thought he was trying something to a non-affiliate and end up getting his issue. So, you know what I mean?
If Drakeo the Ruler really had a real hood behind him, not just the Stink Team, would he still be alive today? Was it just the fact that Drakeo was a non-affiliate with certain hoods in LA that never had his back but fuck with him because he had money? Is that the reason he lost his life that night at that festival? What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. And on this episode right here, we're going to cover Brick Baby discussing Drakeo the Ruler's death and if the fact that Drakeo the Ruler was a non-affiliate was the reason why he got killed. Because we all know how Drakeo passed at the festival. We all know the events leading up to it. We know who's behind the shit. And if you don't know, you have YouTube at your disposal of any time to search up and do all your due diligence and catch up and then come back and peep this video. But this video right here is coming from Brick Baby, and this is coming off his new Vlad interview that he's doing right now. You know, he's talking about everything. We've already covered what he said about Eric Holder and all that good shit. But in this one right here, he makes some, you know, it's two-sided for old Brick Baby, right? Brick Baby's like, you know, he played both sides like no other, right? We've seen it throughout his career, No Jumper. We see, especially now with No Jumper having the ship is sinking though, right? No Jumper is sinking, right? Now they got Reddish Sharp. The last, other than Lush being the house junkie being there, and Brick Baby and Flacco and Brick Baby the only ones keeping No Jumper, you know what I mean, of the course. But we're seeing it's sinking like the Titanic. And in this one right here, Brick Baby not only, you know, says shout out to the streets for not telling on who killed Drakeo, but also says in almost a damn near the same sentence that he just hugged Drakeo's mother a week before. So like, damn, like what the fuck? This is 2024's definition of real. And before I get to talking myself off, we're going to get into the video and we're going to do like we always do. We're going to react down there in the comments, trolls, whoever, get up in there, talk your shit, because I'm on demon time too. But we're going to discuss this down in the comments. And if y'all watch the video, do your boy a solid. Smash that like for me. I surely would appreciate you. And let's get to it.
So Drakeo is really starting to level up, starting to make real money, doing shows. He drops the song Inglewood. When you heard that song, what did you think?
I be forgetting that Drakeo ain't no gang member. So when I heard it the first time, I'm like, oh shit, he up the skull. You know what I mean? Like, we make drill diss songs like between hoods all the time. He just popular, so this one got more. But then I'm like, oh, bro ain't from no hood. He just went against the whole city.
Yeah, I mean, Inglewood is Inglewood, man. I spent a lot of time in Inglewood.
Yeah.
I would not diss a whole city, especially Inglewood.
Yeah, I ain't dissing the whole city. I mean, we don't get along with the whole city of Inglewood. It's just like two crip hoods that we get along. So, I mean, to me, I really be dissing the whole city, but like,
Tell me that y'all peep it out there how big Brick Baby's eyes is. He hiding a motherfucker. I don't know if he on a pill. I don't know if what he on right now, but he high though. He hella high. And you see his body language and his movements, and now he's contradicting himself. He just said, I wouldn't diss a whole city. Then he got to moving around, and then he goes to say that motherfucking, you know, they got beef with Inglewood. So which one is it, Brick Baby? Which one is it? You can't pick a side. Pick a side and ride. You gotta pick a side and ride.
I would not diss a whole city, especially Inglewood.
Yeah, I ain't dissing the whole city. I mean, we don't get along with the whole city of Inglewood. It's just like two crip hoods that we get along. So, I mean, to me, I really be dissing the whole city, but like, with no backing and all that, like no background of why you saying this. All right, they had they little they shootouts and all that, but at the end of the day, you was a non-affiliate, and you could have kept that. Like, hey, yeah, shit happened, but you know what I mean? Like, It ain't fuck Inglewood. It's just, you know what I mean? That nigga thought he was trying something to a non-affiliate and end up getting his issue. So, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Comments, I want y'all to tell me right here, because, being that I'm non-affiliate myself and I'm not from LA, but I always felt like Draco was part of some kind of Crip hood though. I always took Draco and Stink Team when I'd see him. I always took him as being like some lokes. So that's how I took it. Now, from what I've seen on videos and interviews and shit like that, right? It always say that they affiliated with Harlem 30s or Rolling 100s or whatever it may be, right? So these is really hoods at some point in time that Draco and his people had some affiliation with, right? So Draco had to have, I think he knew what he was doing, right? And before all this, let's not forget the bodies that was caught in between this process. If you know, right? But there's a lot of shit they already got a war already going on outside of the rap music, right? I mean, real people done got killed the whole nine behind it, yet he's got affiliation with some cats that's from these hoods, whether they got locked up, and when they got locked up, he didn't have no more affiliation with them or what. But, to see Draco's demise, and he gonna get into the festival part, but to see that, he was affiliated with this to some degree. He just wasn't quoted. He wasn't claiming that though, right? They got their own shit. The Stink Team, and the Stink Team. They was running supposedly, right, running LA for quite a while. That was the motto, right? Stinks run LA. And we see at the festival, we see what happens. We see them being outnumbered, that we see them being set up. But is that really to be blamed on him being a non-affiliate? Had he been affiliated, would this have been a different situation? Would there been more people coming into the festival that was really, active when it got time to be reactive, or what would it be? I want y'all to let me know in them comments below.
Because then a concert happened.
Yeah.
And he was there backstage, and he got rushed, and he got stabbed to death. And to this day, it's a cold case.
Yeah. Shout out to the streets for not telling. That's a one up for the streets. You know what I mean? And I ain't saying it like Draco mom know I love her. Just gave her the biggest hug last time I seen her, but
know what I mean? Damn, you just hugged this man's mama, but you knew, the killers and the whole nine, and you probably would be cool with sitting down doing an interview with these motherfuckers. Long as you was getting paid, right? Long as it was just a business transaction, right? This is a cold epitome of what real motherfuckers in the street really is on some. This is what a motherfucker deem real, right? He feel, you ask Brick Baby who he is, he gonna tell you he real, right? He gonna stomp down and tell you that shit, right? He real. But yeah, shout out to the streets for not telling. But Draco mom know I love her, and I just gave her come on with this shit right here. What the fuck? And the streets did tell though. Let's not forget though, motherfucking what's old boy from the Stink Team? He hopped right on this motherfucker on live and banned YG and went to throwing it out there for the whole world to always look at. That this is a piece of content that is readily available 5, 10, 20 years later down the road after this murder happened right here. So, shout out to the streets for keeping it real. Nah, the streets didn't keep it real. Yeah, this is foul. And I want y'all to let me know in them comments what y'all thought about this statement right here. You know what I mean? Shout out to the streets for keeping it real.
Yeah, I mean, he a part of the streets. I don't think he wanted his killer to be found either. You get what I'm saying? But it's just like Julio Fulio. I'm trying to figure out like the nicest way to say it. It's just like Julio Fulio now. You keep barking up the tree, what the fuck you expect? Like, if you keep on beating at this same door, one day somebody gonna open it, and if you knock it too loud, they gonna open it with aggression.
Yeah, I didn't like that he did that song.
The Inglewood song is like, come on, cuz, like, all right, cool. And it's just like Young and Ace and all them, like, y'all gonna keep in the end, even the Chicago wave, like, y'all gonna keep dissing the dead. I just feel like for every action, it's a reaction anyway. And what you put into the universe, that's what you get out the universe. So it's just like, if you gonna keep on dissing the dead and be obsessed with the dead, why don't you go up there and go ahead and kick it with them? That's how I feel like Lady Karma coming.
He got a valid point. This is probably the most I'd agree with Brick Baby throughout this whole little shit right here, right? Karmatically, there's a reaction for that. And I don't think Draco didn't realize that at some point he would die behind his actions. I think he was ready to die. I think, being on that gangster shit, he knew what came with the territory. It's just how that shit went down and how the ones around him that he kept close that, supposedly should have rolled for him, right? Like Brick Baby said, right? Draco from the street, so he probably didn't want his killer getting caught, but he probably would still want him getting rolled on, though, right? If he from the streets, you want your killer to get rolled on, but you can't just, let a motherfucker just pop that shit. Something has to happen. There has to be a reaction for that action if you really bout that type of action. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this right here. I'm curious to know what y'all thoughts is. I want to know what the LA cats is feeling. You know what I mean? Since the LA cats always feel so restrictive to about their backyard and their politics right here. What do y'all think, though? Tell me, though. Do you think the fact that Draco died was because he was a non-affiliate? Had he been officially quoted and really been from a hood, would there been any motherfucking difference in his death and his passing right here? It ain't like young cats be listening to no big homies. I mean, shit, Ralphie, his brother, right? One of the most fire songs he got out as of recently is called No Big Homies. But y'all get in them comments. Let me know what y'all think. Hit that like button for your boy. If you ain't subbed up, you know the deal. And I'll be back around for the next spill.